The Trinity, God in three persons, is a central doctrine of the Christian faith, clearly stated for the first time at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. Scriptural support for this doctrine is found in several places, but perhaps most clearly in two passages which repeat the phrase, Holy, 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 and imply a threefold subject of angelic worship. Okay, now this I want to correct. Not for the first time, the Council of Nicaea. Let's give credit to 1 John 5:8. 5, 7, and 8. That's where you'll find it. The first passage from the Old Testament book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 3, Holy, Holy, Holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory. The second passage is found in the New Testament book of Revelation, chapter 4, verse 8, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. It was also to this last passage that Reginald Heber turned when he wanted to write a hymn for Trinity Sunday to be sung by his congregation of the parish at Holdnet in western England. He served as vicar of the church there from 1807 until 1823, and during his tenure was known as a prolific writer of poetry, essays, and hymns. Born to a wealthy and well-educated family in April 21st of 1783, Reginald Heber was raised in an atmosphere of scholarly pursuits. When he was 17, he traveled to Oxford University, where he distinguished himself early on in his literary career, or abilities. Early on for his literary abilities. In his first year at Oxford, he won a prize for the best Latin poem. In his second year, he was awarded the coveted Newgate Prize for his English poem entitled Palestine. In 1807, at the age of 24, Heber was ordained a priest in the Church of England, and he began his ministry in a small parish at Holdnet. Throughout his 16 years at Holdnet, Heber composed hymns of uncommon lyric beauty, reflecting the Romantic movement sweeping Europe at that time. Lord Tennyson, of the Heber's contemporaries, was said to have praised Holy, Holy, Holy as a great poetic hymn in the English language. This was high praise indeed, coming from one of history's greatest poets. Looking carefully at the hymn, one finds it not only speaks of the Trinity, but also speaks in trinities. Verse 1 contains a trinity of characteristics, holy, merciful, and mighty. These two include a variety of time, wort, art, and evermore shall be. Verse 3 contains another trinity of characteristics, power, love, and purity, and the fourth verse concludes in a trinity defying the scope of God's control, earth, sky, and sea. Heber's attempt to clarify the Trinity for his small 19th century parishioners has become a classic hymn of worship for Christians ever since, and is sung in churches of almost all denominations. Despite his fulfilling ministry in his church, Heber longed to serve in the mission field. In 1823, when he was 40 years old, his dreams were realized. He was asked to take the post of Bishop of Calcutta, moving from England to the tropical climate of India. Heber threw himself into his work, traveling across the country tirelessly to advance the cause of the church. He was especially distressed by the strict caste system in the country and spoke out against it at every opportunity. On Sunday morning, April 3rd, 1826, the English Bishop of Calcutta again stood before a crowd of Indian citizens, decrying the evils of the caste system. It was an extremely hot and humid day, and Heber was exhausted at the close of his sermon. Thankfully, he accepted the invitation of his host in the city of Trichinopoly to cool off in the family swimming pool. It was there that Reginald Heber was discovered later in the day, drowned, the apparent victim of a stroke. Mourned by friends and family, Heber was buried at the Anglican Church in Trichinopoly. His inspiration, however, lived on in the book of 57 hymns, which were collected and published by his widow the following year. Most of these lovely hymns are still in use today. Although his life was relatively short, it has influenced believers throughout the century following his death, and there is no doubt that as long as Christians sing, they will raise their voices in Heber's beautiful hymn of worship, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. our song shall rise to thee. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity. Holy, 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 all the saints adore thee, casting down their golden crowns around the glassy sea. Cherubim and seraphim falling down before thee, who would and art and evermore shall be. Holy, 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 though the darkness hide thee, though the eye of sinful man thy glory may not see, only thou art holy, there is none beside thee, perfect in power, in love and purity. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, all thy works shall praise thy name in earth and sky and sea. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity.